We are called OCGs. That's what the police call us, Organized Crime Gang Member. The day-to-day business of this, I was selling cocaine, but that was me only. That wasn't with the gang, so that was my money. But the gang money was we were running prostitution. You get paid a salary. That's even if you don't have to do anything, yeah? And what I make of anything else is my money also. But the £500 is to work as a gang member. There was 5 of us involved. 3 of us were on the 500. 2 of them were on less. But the people that knew the chief of police, the chief narcotics officer at Karachi airport, and the guy linked with Al-Qaeda, Taliban, the drugs. Anything goes wrong, they will kidnap you. Okay, if you don't pay the $1 million, your son's dead. Easy. You can get took away. They do it all day long. There's nothing you can do in Pakistan. The police and the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, the gangsters, they're all one. If you want anybody killed, you go to the police. You can't go to a gang. The police organize it and they cover it up. Nobody gets arrested neither. That's the way how to do it. You got to work with all those people. We were running brothels. We used to put an advertisement in a newspaper and then girls applied. But sometimes if a new brothel opened up, we would know about it because it would come in the newspaper as a new ad. So we would send a dummy customer in, pretending to be a punter. When it opened the door, we would just storm the door, balaclavas, machete, chainsaw. We would just cut the house up and say, who are you working for? Tell your pimps to come here now. And the pimps ain't coming. They know what they're going to get. We got tools there ready to chop you up and take you away. So nobody lands. So we take the girls, right, if you want to work now, you work for us. And this is how it works. It's very cheap, yeah?
So what I want to say is...
This link that you sent me about the Paradise Hotel, I Googled it like on Google Maps and I looked at it like a street view. Because if you go to Google Maps, a lot of the times, I walk the streets of the cities that I visited. And it's so real and it reminds me of so many situations. You know what I mean? Like, would you ever revisit just for like the good old times?
Okay, to revisit Karachi, to see your friends and for a holiday, not. I have been asked by people, because of work I did, can it still be done now? And I've said, yeah. I've said I've still got the links. I still know the people. I'm still good with them. And they're good with me. I said, if I want to do this operation again, but I would do it on a larger scale, not through the airport. I would do it through containers, through the shipping. Yes. Get it shipped and do it on a big level. So we do it at £1 million a hit. And what people have come to me and they said, you have the expertise, the knowledge, the links, and that goes a long way. You know, if you know all these things in place already, the job is a lot easier. Like the first time I did it, I went in blind. I didn't have a clue about anything. I didn't know anybody, no links, no contacts. It was just like a totally blind operation I went on. I know I'm doing drugs and it's illegal, but the people I was working with, they were on similar sort of things, you know, and they were all cool what I was doing because I paid my way. I did tip everybody. I gave a lot of tips out whilst I was there. Because I know you have to buy people. You have to buy their love. You have to buy their, trust even. Or you have to buy their kindness and their advice. But it doesn't come for free. Yeah, anybody carries my bag. Anybody opens a door. Taxi. Any food, bam. And then you get like a name to be like a good guy. You went, he's okay. Okay, he's not one of us. But he's okay. He takes care of us. And so if you give people on the street money also, they see you doing all this, they they see you as a good person. And okay, he's here to do bad, but he's not harming any of us. The only people he's going to harm is back in the UK, because that's where I'm taking the drugs back to.
Yeah. You know, this tipping philosophy works whether you're a tourist or a stripper or a drug dealer. It's always the same. But drug smuggling today, I wasn't going to ask you this initially, but is it still as fluent and as easy if you know ins and outs, like today, hypothetically speaking? I know you're obviously not smuggling anymore, because I know that now sometimes the smugglers actually advanced to the point where they're using drones to fly drugs into restricted areas of the airport. So they would operate a drone and then drop a package in on the like an airport rooftop or like through unsecured windows to bypass security and checkpoints altogether. And they're very difficult to detect, even if you have advanced radar. And they also it's something that is called biohacking. They what would they do is they would implant smuggling substances under the skin, so they would literally inject them. So they are getting more and more advanced. Do you just have to get more creative, or do you think that as a whole it's getting harder and harder?
There's a lot more police intelligence now. A lot more people work with the police. It's like sort of acceptable now. Back in the day when I was operating, it wasn't acceptable. If you spoke with the police, worked with the police, you get your face flashed. Now that don't happen no more. Airports, you can still bring through drugs through a suitcase easily. They don't have the process to check every bag. For instance, yeah, I'm gonna give you an example now. This just happened a month ago, okay? With a partner of mine. It doesn't involve drugs, okay? It involves a turtle. My partner wanted a turtle. It was for €3. She got sorry for the turtle. She went, I'm not going to leave it in this place here. It's going to die. So smuggled it back. Yeah. Put it in we were told what to do, yeah. Put it in a wet sock, put it in a little container. It can move about. If it goes upside down, the wet sock, it can like sort itself out and put itself right again, and it'll survive the journey. So that came all the way through. So where's the airport security on that one? Passes through airport security as well. A lot of them now, what they get paid, the baggage handlers, people that work at airports, their salaries aren't all that big. So to do this, to bump it up, they will take bribes of people. They're all liable to take bribes because they know they are in a position where they can move drugs, because they have that link where, okay, we can do this bit. And if they could do that bit and get paid thousands, get paid 6 months wages for 1 to 2 jobs, why not, I say? So people can be bought still, yeah. Everybody can be bought, especially in England. People are hungry now for money. They don't have money and they're going to desperate angles to make money. Police corruption's at its highest. Corruption everywhere at its highest. People want money now. It's too expensive, England.
You mentioned smuggling animals. I think you can also put drugs inside the animals. So that's like a new thing, I guess. I don't usually talk about my private life on this podcast, but I've always been kind of inclined into. I've always had more of a criminal mindset for whatever reason. But after I beat my addiction from the age of about 16 to 22, everything I did was a case. I stole, I bankrupted companies. It was destruction. Do you think some people are more inclined psychologically to rule breaking? And I'm talking about rule breaking when you know the consequences, not number one, breaking rules where you don't know the consequences, and number two, not breaking rules because you don't have the courage, which is not being moral. Morality out of fear doesn't count. But just this rule breaking, do you think it's a matter of courage? Is it a matter of kind of like not giving a fuck? Is it a matter of a little bit of revenge on a society? You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. I think it's revenge on society and not giving any care to authority. Because of authority, how I have had it, it's always been bad. It's always been looked down on, prodded on, spat on by older people in the country. I've just like had it. So I get like a respect. So I don't really care about law, right? Okay, and I wake up every morning and I break about 10 to 15 laws a day. There's loads of things that like I'm not allowed to do personally, like have a joint. I'm not allowed to do like there's loads of things. None of us people own ourselves. The government owns us. Even if you buy a house, the house is not yours. The government can take that house off you whenever they want. They can come up with some shit. and they can put it all on you, put a case on you, and they can just take it off you. So you don't actually own anything, you know? And so this is why I don't care for authority. Authority can suck my fucking dick. So I will live my life, and I have done my life from crime Monday to Sunday. You know, this is like crimes on my mind, and that's the way I work. That's been my life.
Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Starting therapy can be hard. The right therapist for you may not be in your area. BetterHelp is now sponsoring this podcast. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. With BetterHelp, you can have your therapy session as a phone call, as a video chat, or even via messaging if you prefer that. If you think you might benefit from therapy, consider BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/Captainese. Clicking that link helps you support this channel, and it also gives you a 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. Again, go to betterhelp.com/Captainese. Clicking that link gives you 10% off your first month of therapy.
And this, I think, redemption and transforming is often very utopical, because you don't necessarily transform your mind. You integrate it into something positive, and you transmit. But we're all bad people in someone's story. And I think the worst thing is sinners judging other sinners for sinning differently. And police is no example, because police officers in Pakistan are underpaid, which is one of the reasons why, there are root causes for corruption, but we'll talk about that later. But police in my country, for example, they can claim the status of moral superiority, but start underpaying them and see what happens. They join in, because at a certain point, all bets are off for people. And there also must be a reason why people enjoy hearing these criminal stories, because it's like a dark side of our psyche that everyone has, and we're afraid to look at it in the eyes. But you have it, like it's in you. And so speaking of being a good guy in someone's eyes, talk to me about orphanages in India. Is it still going on, this abandoning of girls, where they leave a girl at a certain place and then they leave the money at the ATM or whatever process that is?
India is bad, okay? If you're born with a girl, it's considered a hindrance, because you have to pay for the dowry, the wedding, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the sons could go out and make their money. The girls, they don't have that opportunity, so they're considered a hindrance. And plus, you have to pay for their marriage. If you're born with a girl, you don't have any money, there's a machine. It's like an ATM. Yes, it is, yeah. It's like a box, and there's a doorbell. You ring, and you leave your child there, and you ring the doorbell, and you walk away. Some people come back the next day and say, oh, sorry, I made a mistake, yeah? I shouldn't have left my kid there. Can I have my child back?
What's your relationship with your nation, with Indians?
I had your arranged marriage 2008. Divorce 2014. The relationship that I find with people from India, they're just there to rip you off. You've got money and I haven't got money. And when I've been in the country, I've encountered people overcharging me for a taxi ride, overcharged me for food. They're just trying to do this, do that. And I think, well, why are you doing that? But I never encountered that in Pakistan. I didn't encounter that in Pakistan. Pakistan, they all gave me the real deal. Took care of me, gave me the best. Nobody ripped me off there. Nobody.
What do you think? Is it in the blood of a nation or what? Because Pakistani is just as poor as India. Why would, and also India is number one in shoplifting in the world. It's like the top shoplifting countries where people steal the most from shops. I know the corruption is pretty bad, because if you want to get someone killed, you don't go to the streets, you go to the police. So it's bad. But is it the people or what is it?
I think it's the mentality. It's the mentality. The government don't really care about you. They don't give you any support or help. So it's every man for themselves, and they have a caste system there also. Two types of people in India: either you have money or you don't have money. There's nobody in the middle. You cannot make that money in India. It's an imposter ability. Because there's that many people around you, you do not have a chance.
Yeah. It's a little bit of bitterness on like a bitterness is contagious, and sometimes it goes on like a national level. Okay, so if we start with smuggling, or actually before that, before smuggling independently, you were in firms, which was like a boot camp for independent smuggling. And in the UK, just to explain to the audience, firm is a group of individuals that are organized like a business, basically. So often involved in illegal enterprises. They operate hierarchically with like defined roles. So you have leaders, enforcers, and then street level operatives, and so on. So it's similar to a gang, but more sophisticated. Although sometimes we use the terms interchangeably. So as a firm member, what did you do? How did your everyday look like? And were you watched by the cops? Because you were, I mean, the firm was pretty notorious, so there was nobody in England who could handle you. How do you, and I'm thinking, how do you even bring a firm like that down? How do you bring such a powerful firm to the court? So I guess it's a two-parted question. Number one, what was your everyday life? And then number two, were you watched and how were you brought down?
Yes, it was an organized crime gang. Um, we are called OCGs. That's what the police call us, OCG, organized crime gang member. So this is what we were doing. The day-to-day business of this at that time, I was selling cocaine. But that was me only. That wasn't with the gang, so that was my money. The cocaine money was my money, but the gang money was we were running prostitution. Running prostitution in the Northeast.
Gang money, sorry to interrupt, but the gang money was like, was that like a salary, and then your cocaine selling was like a side hustle, or what was the structure?
Yes, the structure that is you get paid a salary, £500 a week, basic.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
basic. Yeah, that's even if you don't have to do anything. Yeah, okay. And then what I make off the drugs is my money, and what I make of anything else is my money also. But the £500 is to work as a gang member. There was 5 of us involved. 3 of us were on the 500. 2 of them were on less. So how it worked is like this. The day to day, yeah, is like we were running brothels 2002, but it was happening from the 90s. Brothels we had working, yeah, but and these girls, how it works was like there was no legals from a different country, Thailand here, forced to work. No, they were all English girls. They all wanted to work. They advertised. We used to put an advertisement in the Daily Sport, a newspaper, because back then there was no internet. So we had to like put add a paper staff wanted, and then girls apply. They apply. So we had a girl who sorted out their shifts. Yeah, she sorted out their shifts, and she gave them an interview. Yeah, I would give my interview as well sometimes, and so would some of the other guys. It depends who's there. Because there was some police that tried to get into our crew, pretending to be a prostitute also. But I'll tell you how we handle that one. And so the day to day is just like girls that want to apply, but we had enough girls working anyway. On day a day, nothing would really happen. But sometimes if a new brothel opened up, we would know about it because it would come in the newspaper as a new ad. So we would send a dummy customer in, pretending to be a punter. You would knock on the door as soon as the door's open, but they would give you a process that you got to go in this phone box so they can see who you are. And then once they see who you are, they say, okay, walk over. Then once you walk over and then they open the door, the security was tight because they knew we would close you down. So anyway, this happened. When they opened the door, we would just storm the door, balaclavas, machete, chainsaw, the works, and stay. We would just cut the house up, not hurt the girls there. We would just cut the house up and say, who are you working for? Tell your pimps to come here now. Okay, we're waiting here. So we would just wait there, right, with our balaclavas on. change clothes, yeah, just waiting for the pimps, and the pimps ain't coming. Because the pimps, they know what they're gonna get. We got tools there ready to chop you up and take you away. So nobody lands. So we take the girls right. If you want to work now, you work for us, and this is how it works. It's very cheap, yeah. People think we give girls a hard day. No, we did not. Right? This is how it worked back then. Right? It's £60 a day. That's what we charge each girl for rent in apartment. 2 girls work in each flat. Babies that we had there to answer the calls. So £60 a day, and that's it. And even if you make £1,000 a day, that thousand's yours. And some girls did, because we have some girls in some high level flats, okay, and they were making £1,000 a day. But that one is yours. But you have the security of us. Nobody will come and hit you, rape you, bash you, take money off you. No, that will not happen. So these girls were living their life of luxury. They were buying horses, convertibles. They were killing it because they were working under us security. They were looked after. Everybody knew you cannot go to their places and take the pay. There was customers that used to come in high on cocaine, thinking they can take the piss, do this, do that. There was one called, he's dead now, Stilgo. He's called, his first name I'm forgetting, Stilgo, but he was called, he came in, he bashed one of our girls. Yeah. He bashed one of our girls and he took the money off her. The money she'd made from that day, he took it off her. We got the call. Me and my associate, we went, found him in the Ritz nightclub. He was dancing on the floor. My associate went over with a knife, stabbed him 11 times in the ass on the dance floor. You don't fuck with our girls. You don't fucking bash our girls. You don't take money off them, because this is what happens to you. We made that notice. We went to the security, the DVD, CCT, handed it over. But they were that scared of us, they handed it all over. And that was that. So that's how we ran that operation. The girls were on £60 a day. They loved it. Even when we went to court, they even came up to court and said, this is the best period we have ever had, because we were took care of. And now you will put these lot away. Who's going to take care of us now? Who's going to take care of us now? Now we're liable to get raped, bashed, cat all over again. So thank you very much. So this was a big case at the time, you know. Prostitution, it needs to be controlled properly. I know we did it quite harsh and rough because we will bash people up, you know, but it can be drawn properly.
Wow. Were you watched by the police at all in your daily activities?
Yes, because one of my associates, he knocked somebody out, broke his jaw. He got remanded. I had to take over his position. There was 21 officers watching me alone. I was told it cost them $5.5 million to bring us to court. The operation was called Halogen 5. 5.5 mil, I couldn't believe that. I said, why couldn't, when we went to court, they told me that number. I said, if you just gave me $500,000, I would have stopped anywhere.
So after a while, you started smuggling big time from Pakistan. Here we're talking pre-Bin Laden, because Bin Laden fucked it up for a lot of people. So out of all people that lost their families, the drug smugglers are probably the angriest. So if to get into smuggling, Pakistan, Karachi, you said you chose that place because it was the cheapest. So it was the cheapest. That was the only information you went with? Nothing else, like danger or anything else? It was the cheapest, so you went, as I understood.
Yes, cheapest. That's why I went. I'm Sikh. I'm Indian, yeah? We like a good deal, you know? We will go to the cheapest place. I knew I could haggle with these people. I knew I talk to these people. Muslims I know in England. The research, I didn't do a lot of research on it. I just knew that's where they're made. That's where the company is. That's where the manufacturer is. You know, like, why go to, like, another country? Because I did inquire the same product here, the same product in India, you know, because I thought India's easier for me, but it was 3 times the price. 3 times the price in India to Pakistan. Is only over the border. So I thought, well, you know, this doesn't even make sense to me. Let's just go to Pakistan. Let's go Pakistan. I'll take the risk on. I'm not going to cause any of them any harm. I'm there to do business with them. I'm there to work. If they want to work with me, let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it's a venture what I wanted to pursue. So if I didn't do it, I know I'm not doing it to the full level. Because I was selling steroids in England at a high level-ish, but I wanted to take it to the highest of the highest level. And okay, I pulled that one off as well.
So it was worth risking because of the profit margin. So you pretended to be Pakistani. You could easily pass as a Pakistani, in all fairness. Did the police suspect that you are not Pakistani? Did they ever charge you? Did they ever test your nationality?
Okay, the only times that I had to prove myself was when I had to go buy alcohol,
Okay.
where you got to screw the passport.
Yeah.
The hotel asked to see my passport. The manager, I told him, yeah, well, listen, I'm here for business, this and that. And I gave him a bribe, a bond. You know what I'm here for. Okay, cool, all good. And the other person was a person who I bought the drugs, the steroids, and the pills from. He wants to see my passport. He wants to know who he is dealing with at this high level. So him I showed, but everybody else not. Chet Khan was my name, and I passed for that. But the people that knew the chief of police, the chief narcotics officer at Karachi airport, the hotel manager, and the guy linked with Al Qaeda, Taliban, the drugs, he knew. So really, the people that needed to know knew. They knew, you know. They're not going to deal with no fool. They want to know who you are, where you're from. Anything goes wrong, they will kidnap you. A ransom will be sent to my father asking for £1 million. Okay, if you don't pay the $1 million, your son's dead. Easy. And I knew that, yeah. I knew these are the risks. I was told these risks. You can get took away. They do it all day long. Like, there's nothing you can do in Pakistan. The police and the Taliban, Al Qaeda, the gangsters, they're all one. It's all one movement. They all work alongside each other. It's like India. If you want anybody killed, you go to the police. You can't go to a gang. No. The police organize it and they cover it up. So it's easy. Nobody gets arrested neither. And Pakistan's the same. And this is how they do it. So I had to do it. That's the way I had to do it. You got to work with all those people.
How do you bribe a chief police officer?
The chief of police, how I got him was that he came to the Paradise Hotel. Paradise Hotel was notorious in Karachi because that's the place where there's prostitutes available. There's no other prostitutes available in Pakistan. There are here and there, but they're hard to find. But Paradise Hotel was notorious. This is where diplomats come, chief of police, the top people, parliament people. They all go there, but they stuck me on there to keep me out of the way because they knew I was going to be there drinking alcohol, not acting like a Muslim. You know, they knew I was this party. So keep him out of the way. Keep him out of the way. Put him on the 8th floor. Put him on the 8th floor. That's where they stuck me. The prostitutes I got to know, okay? They live there. This is where I got my information for where to go and what to do, who to speak to. Because these prostitutes, East European, Russian, Turkish, it wasn't a good thing for them. A madam they had, she was Turkish, and she didn't like me because I was giving all the girls good advice. I was telling them what to do. Don't do this, is better place to not. I was just being nice to them, you know. I was being cool with them, and I was bringing them drink as well, yeah. I was bringing them alcohol, and she didn't like that, yeah. She didn't like that. And anyway, chief of police, he came one night. He was there with 2 of the members of the police force, and we were in a room together. And I was there already, and he invited these girls in. Yeah, he says, "Let me see what girls you've got today." So the madam brought them in. There was 3 of them available. There was a young one, and there was 2 others. Yeah, but I knew these girls. But the chief of police said to me, "Will you have sex with one of these girls?" And I want to watch you. And I went, "All right." Oh, but I knew this was wrong. Yeah, because I told him my name was Chet Sandhu. Yeah, that means my penis had to be circumcised. It's not. You know, he's going to have a look at my dick and he's going to know where I am. So I knew what was coming here. So then the girl, I put her on a strong because I knew she would say no. And then she goes, no. I went, right, okay, good. You know, I went, right, okay, it's not happening. I went, right. So anyway, I sat with him, but I think he was gay, right? Because he liked me a lot. He's just kind of a bit of a gay thing about him. He says that I like you. He says you have a good body. He was just like talking a bit like that, yeah. And then he gave me a lump of hashish. And I thought, right, this is the chief of police of Karachi, and he's giving me a lump of hashish. Okay, paranoia. So I planted the hashish on the 7th floor plant pot, just in case the police raided me. Oh, you've got drugs on you. Hit me with a £10,000 fine. You know what they're like over there. Yeah, you okay? Or you go, here for 1,000 years, yeah. But there was no raid, no nothing. And the chief of police, he gave me his card. He said, anything happens to you, call me on this number. I think he just wanted me personally, yeah. There's no money involved. I didn't bribe him, but I did bribe the narcotics officer, chief narcotics officer at Karachi Airport. Oh, yeah, my operation.
Yeah, well, and also for him, you were a perfect target because you were not from Pakistan. As a chief police officer, if that word goes around, it's not a happy afternoon for you. That thing at the airport. So how did that bribe look like?
Okay, right. The first time, yeah, I went through the airport. I went through my 2 cousins. We're all big guys. The suitcases were just full of gear, full of steroids pills. There was no clothing involved. It was just full. And went through. They opened it up there, but we did have the magazines there, right? Okay. Now, one of them he noticed a magazine. Men Only, it was called. Men Only, but that was like a classy magazine, you know? Nice girls in it, not these shit ones, yeah? They were nice. And he opened it up, which I was surprised. An airport official is picking up a magazine and going through the pages in front of me, yeah? When he's going through my bag. And then his mates, they were looking at it. Take him. 2 magazines we gave him. Or was it 3? It was either 2 or 3, yeah? Bypass. Anyway, went to the next one. X-rays, bam, stopped it. They went open them up. The magazines, we had more, 3 more. Tried it again. They went, right, go on. They took the magazines and let us go. And I thought, wow, this is incredible. Because we tried, there was like 50 or 70,000 ampules. 70,000 ampules you got to take out each box, pack it into one box and pack. We were attempting it. It was taking us hours and hours. We've done about 500. And I thought, how the fuck am I going to do 70,000? I went, I'm not spending my time all my weekend just spending this yet. Okay, I want to party on, get some action in. So I said to my taxi driver, how do we do this? The taxi driver goes, okay, leave it with me. Got it in hand. I went, listen, how much do you want? You went, don't worry about that. Yeah, I'll sort it. I went, listen, I'll give you, I think I gave him a month's wages. Because I knew what was getting paid. But he was a good guy. He was taking me everywhere, took care of me, giving me the right advice, taking me all to the right people. So I thought, okay, I'll show you my appreciation. I give him a big tip. I gave him a month's wages. I went, okay, get it done. What he did, he got 12 boys, a village where he lives, Pakistani village, and he showed them the cover of the magazine, Men Only. And he goes, right, okay, guys, we have 25 boxes here of like 70,000 ampules. We need to pack them all. Okay, every time you pack one box, do it properly, and I will turn the page. So these kids were sat there. Yeah, they've never seen a naked white woman in their life. This is Pakistan, 1997, 98. You don't see white women. They've never seen it. There's no internet, zero. So this for them was wank material for life. So this is what was happening. So he turned the page after they did one box. They showed one girl. And they were like, oh, God. Each boy, come and have a look. They were allowed to look for about 2 or 3 seconds each. Look. And they were right, now go back to work. Pack the next box. They were on it. And they said it. They did it so quickly. It was so efficient. And not one ampule got damaged. He says, damages? I don't turn the shades. They went, right, fuck's sake. So they were on it. They did their job perfectly. But this is how you can get work done. Them magazines got my gear panned. and got me through airport. Just through thick magazines. It's incredible. Incredible.
There are certain parts of your life, as I've been going through your biography, which is very rich. I know you don't believe in God, but it's like something was guiding your path because you didn't get AIDS. I don't know how you managed that. You managed to successfully smuggle so much things. You managed to, I mean, you do have like a charismatic personality, so that definitely helps. You had these magazines in your suitcase without knowing. It's like you were pretty lucky, and I mean, a lot of shit could go down, and I want to touch on this corruption. I don't want people to misunderstand me, but corruption is not always bad. And I'm talking about bribery. I'm not talking about turning pages of a pornographic magazine. In certain environments, especially those with weak institutions and bureaucratic inefficiency, corruption can be a shortcut to a positive goal. So if we put aside the effect of motivating unpaid employees to be more efficient, and nothing motivates employees more than money. So to all the employers looking to use common spirit of good word or environment energy or whatever as a motivator, that doesn't work. It's money. Corruption often makes like foreign investment very efficient. And these large scale infrastructure projects, they're more efficient, because they reduce the paperwork and other requirements, many of which are totally useless. So it actually speeds up the process of getting projects started and operating, which contributes to the economy positively, right? So I'm not saying corruption is good, but I'm saying that it's not that black and white. Sometimes you just want to speed things up, and it's the efficiency of it.
Exactly what you said. It does speed things up. It made things happen fastness, and people are happy.
Yes.
No one's really hurt neither, not really. Yeah. We're not hurting individuals really. Yeah.
And also we need to remember that sometimes the police force serves as like a like a political, like a tool for political control. So they serve the political agenda and not the public, the people. I like to look at people too, as far as corruption goes, because sometimes I think that the general public also has to choose to condemn the practice as wrong, and because other than that, it's pretty much fair game. So these honor killings in Pakistan, for example, I think they call them karokari. But these honor killings, this is the murder of a member of a family or a social group by other members due to the belief that the victim brought dishonor upon the family or community. So the death of the victim is viewed as like a way to restore the reputation or honor of the family. That's alive and well in Pakistan today. So it's also a bit on like the whole culture. You know what I mean? It's all intertwined. You guys in the US have a debt that has grown to 1 trillion in the past 3 months, while your economy only grew by 5.5 trillion in the past 3 years. How's that one for you? I can offer you a degree of safety against inflation. You can now be less miserable about the prices, which seem to always rise more than expected, as the inflation just won't go away. Look, the government isn't going to take care of you, so forget the protests and do it yourself. Take matters into your own hands is what successful people do. I decided to help my audience shelter their assets and diversify them into gold, which is something that has always been used by the rich to preserve wealth throughout the history. Birch Gold Group makes the process straightforward. They can help you convert your existing IRA or a 401k account into a tax advantage physical gold IRA without any of the out pocket costs. Just text Captainese to 989898 and receive their free info kit on gold IRAs that is packed with insider information on how gold and silver can protect your savings. I've checked out their references before partnering with them, and their endorsements include Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, and Ron Paul, and I trust these people. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, Gold now has 5-star reviews and thousands of happy customers. Birch Gold Group is the nation's #1 gold IRA provider. To learn more, text Captainese to 989898 and claim your free info kit on gold IRAs. You also have the link in the description below. So where does your name King of Karachi come from?
By the King of Karachi, Kozo was my taxi driver. He used to get me every time. I used to make trips to Karachi every 6 weeks. It was standard. He knew my flights. He knows the timetable. He knows when I was coming. I used to send him a message. I'm coming. He'll know I'll be there. So the thing with this here, the taxi drivers, this is Karachi, Pakistan, in the mid-90s. There's no action going on.
Yeah.
You can't get a girl. If you can get a girl, you're talking about a month's wages here. Okay, if you want sex with a girl, yeah, it's a month's wages here. And then you can't get alcohol, you can't get anything here. So their life is basic because this is Islamic. It's what it is, yeah, and it's how they are. So this is okay, cool. But when I went there, I changed it up a little bit. I bought drinking and girls into the equation, I bought the Western world here. And this was the Paradise Hotel, had a lot to do with that. Because it was there on a plate, I didn't even have to go looking for it.
Yeah, just served
There to plate. And so I think this is life as well. I was destined. It's like you said, I haven't got AIDS. I haven't got
Yeah.
I haven't got that. And I made the right links. I went to the Paradise Hotel. Yeah. All these things helped. I could have gone to a different hotel and it could have been a different thing for me. I could have met up with wrong people thinking, right, they've got money on him, take him away, hold him to ransom, cut off his ear, send it to his dad, DHL, you watch and they'll pay him $1 million tomorrow. Which they would actually, because they would kill me, You aren't going to let us stand on in Karachi. You can't do nothing in there. Who are you going to go to and who's going to help you? The British, they're terrified of them anyway. They don't want to go nowhere near there. So, yeah, I was fucked anyway. So, why did I did? What was your original question? Sorry, I forgot it. Yeah.
I forgot it as well. Oh yeah, the name King of Karachi, where did that come from?
King of Karachi, let's go. Okay. Koza was my taxi driver. Everybody knew me there now. Karachi Airport, because Koza used to big me up. Oh, I've been with Chet, we've been here. I've been shagging girls, prostitutes. Bam, it's all laid on the line for me, which it was. I took care of my men. You take care of me, I take care of you. How it works, right? I took care of me. I took care of him. He had a wife and all that, but he was still fucking the brass. But never mind, Sherry. He was getting it off me. He was getting alcohol, Jack Daniels. We were living it up, Cigars, joints, hashish. He doesn't get this. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in Karachi. So King of Karachi, all the taxi drivers were jealous of him. So one time I landed there. I went, okay, Koza, where is he? They went, taxi drivers all came to me. They went, he's not here today. He's not here. I'll take you. Oh, easy. Wait on. I want to make sure he's not here. So anyway, I called him. No answer. And then I asked a few of the people. They went, no, I haven't seen him for 3 days. I went, right, okay. And then the taxi drivers, one of them just got my bags and stuck me in the back of the taxi. I went, oi, what are you doing? He went, come with me. And then the taxi driver goes, no, he's going to come with me. Because they all want to go with me, yeah? Because it's a week of party. It's a week of sex, drugs, and alcohol. Yeah? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You get me? So they know they're going to get a week of a lifetime with me. And they're going to get paid because I give them a month's wages. And then they started a fight. Taxi drivers at the airport, fist fight, fighting at the airport. I went, right, today you take me, and tomorrow you take, okay? Right? I'll give you both a good day, yeah? They knew everything about me. Everybody knew everything about me, but I didn't get arrested there. They let me do what I was doing. And I'm a Sikh boy, which I'm so surprised about. So I got away with that. And then this other guy, taxi driver, he came to me. He went, do you know who you are? You got the police paid off. You got the airport official paid off. You walk through x-rays. Nobody walks through x-rays here. Parliament officials have to go through x-rays. You didn't go through the x-ray. You're the King of Karachi.
Oh, you were like a human lottery in Pakistan at that time, one thing, I think one thing maybe you didn't have going for you so much. You decided to take a dummy tour to Spain. Why Spain? Because number one, I know they do consecutive sentencings, which means that if you're convicted of multiple crimes, you can serve you serve one after another and not concurrent, which is what which is when you serve all at the same time. And number two, as I understand, they don't have Class A, Class B, Class C on drugs. They don't have the system to categorize drugs. So Spain it wouldn't be my top decision for a dummy tour.
Right. A mistake. Serious mistake on my part.
Yeah.
I didn't do my background checks. I didn't do anything, yeah? I just thought Spain's easy going. It'll be like England or less than England. Yeah, I got no explanation on that one.
Okay.
I just did it all wrong. I thought I was going to get into Spain, Eurotunnel, bring it through by train. Not through the airport because I lost the case. Through Amsterdam, Newcastle, so I thought I'd bring it through train, get it into Spain. I didn't know by then Interpol were tracking my flights. They tracked my flights after the case got lost at Amsterdam. It came to Newcastle. They knew what was in the baggage. So I figured, right, they know what they're doing. And then next time I did it, the baggage went to Alicante, Spain. I could have gone to anywhere, really, I would have got the sentence. But yeah, Spain, mistake. I should have gone to Sweden, Norway. Sentences there is easy.
Easily. It just Spain. And it's funny because you nailed a complex system like Pakistan. It was like a masterpiece. You did it like you'd have a PhD in corruption in Pakistan and then decide to do a dummy tour to Spain. It's like how many years did you got when they caught you?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a major, you know what? It would have been the perfect operation if we had done it right, yeah? But sometimes, yeah, the money, the drugs, the influence, it goes to your head. You think you're invincible. You think you could do things when really you can't, You can't. And right, your question was again?
How many years did you got?
Right, what happened with me in Spain was this. When I landed there, when you land in a Spanish jail, you get people who, right, they're fucking inmates, yeah, but they tell you, okay, this is how you do it. They give you your clothing, they give you like a knife and fork, blah, blah, blah. And they have a lawyer in their bag. A lawyer pays them or something, yeah. Give my card out, give my card out, give my card out. So I got this fucking card. It's the only card I got, so I phoned him up. But he was the rip-off merchant. I paid him about 2 to 3 grand.
Yeah. No.
Telling me I was going to get bail. I was going to get bail. I didn't get no fucking bail. It was just a waste of fucking time. But I had to learn Spanish. After 6 months, I learned Spanish there. And I got talking to the top heads. And they were different. It didn't work like this in Spain yet. When sentences is fucking mental. What you got, you're going to get 10 years. You're going to get 10 years, okay? Because this is the biggest seizure of pharmaceutical drugs in Spanish history. I mean, it's class A. Are you kidding me? So then it all like dawned on me what I've fucking actually done here. It dawned me what I've actually done. The biggest seizure, they went, you're in all the newspapers, bro, you're fucked. And so then I thought, right, okay. So this was when I learned Spanish, and then I started learning to the top heads. And they said to me, you need this abogado lawyer, Antonio Gonzalez. He handles all these top people. He will get you bail. You gotta pay him though. He will take the money, but he knows all these people. Yeah, because all these barristers, they don't get paid as what they do in England. It's like we talked about Pakistan, airport officials, this and that. In Spain, it's the same. These barristers and judges, they don't get paid what they do in England. In England, they get stupid figures. They get staff numbers. In Spain, you don't. So they're open to bribes. So they take bribes on a daily basis, and it's just how the system works. I went, right, really? He went, yeah. He went, how it work is that yeah, you're looking at 10 years. 10 years is standard, yeah, for what you have. Okay? Even if you have 4 pills and the intent to sell, it's 10 years. If you have half a ton of pills and the intent to sell, 10 years. Really? He went, yeah. He went, in Spain, it's the intent that you have to sell. He went, that's what you can get. Okay? Because they give you on what's going on in your head. All right, okay, fair enough. So they said, right, the 10, but you could sign a deal for 9. If you was like, I want to find him fucking 9 for this. So anyways, my guy, he says, well, okay, I'll get you 4.5. I'll get you half, but I need 11,000. Okay. So much goes his way, so much. And 6 went to the judge, or 5 to him, I think. So he says, do me this, and I'll get you 4.5. I went, yeah. He went, yes. So right. So I paid him the money, drafted it through to him, and when I went to court, that's what I got, 4.5 years, and I was like over the moon. And then he got the expulsion on top, so I can't enter Spain for 10 years. But I wasn't asked about that one. I don't want to go back.
I know 30% of the population in prison did have AIDS. Does it spread through mosquitoes?
Okay, this was what I was scared about. Mosquito bite. I used to get on me. One cell to another cell, through the windows, or at night time. I was thinking, what the fuck? But they said, no. The doctor said the mosquito sucks it in. It doesn't suck it out.
Yeah, so because I was thinking, like, also the mosquitoes, like that would be almost a lottery, you know?
Mosquitoes was the case, the whole of India be dead.
Yeah. Except you, because you seem to be really lucky. You'll probably be the only person standing. So when it comes to prison, what's the best strategy for being in prison if you're not serving life? If you get like 5 years and you just want to get out without any problems, because I assume that there's people doing horrible things in prison, including deliberately wanting other people to get infected with AIDS, which is pretty dark. But I assume that if you're serving life and you have AIDS and you can feel you passing away and you're also very bitter and resentful, you're like, what the fuck, like you just don't care. But what's the strategy if you do have some hope and you know you're getting out?
Wow, it's quite hard work, yeah. Where I was in the top security wing. It depends what wing you were in. I was in with all the hardcore motherfuckers. There was only 40 heads there. South Americans, Russians, Germans, killers. They were all bad. But the other wings, there was like people in for like short sentences, like it only doing 6 months, 3 months, 2 years, this, that. My lot, they were all doing life, 40 years, 140 years. Like you said, consecutive. They add it all up. They add them up. I handled it. Okay, I went in, I was quite big. I was big on steroids. I was angry. I couldn't speak the language. The Spanish and the others, the Russians, the Germans, they were all looking, now who's this? I just kept my head down at first. Kept my head down. Karim, I spoke to an Algerian. He told me, but I was angry. But how for a normal person to keep yourself is like, don't take any shit off anybody. If anybody approaches you, if anybody wants their on, just bite them. Even if you lose, it doesn't matter. It's only going to be a couple of blows, yeah. But like, people will see that you stood up for yourself. If you don't stand up, and then you will get a lot of other people watching this, and then they're going to have a go at you. This is how it goes. Yes, horrible. Jail's horrible. It's like predatory, It's like the most disgusting of people stuck in a village. You got the worst of the worst, all the shit of the shit, stuck in one fucking place. And you got to deal with this shit. This is why there's some people that go into jail for crimes like death by dangerous driving and like other things, but like a crime of passion even, when they see the wife getting fucked with somebody else and the head just goes and they do something and they go to jail. That person is not a criminal.
Yes.
In my eye. That person is not a criminal. It's a crime of passion. Death by dangerous driving. Yes, you are. That is criminal, yeah? As, okay, if you want to drink, but you have not meant to do that, You're normally a normal person, but you want a few drinks and you fucked up. You're fucked up. But you're not a criminal. You don't go out on your day-to-day life doing crime, taking people out, selling drugs. No, you don't do that. You go to work on a 9 to 5, and so much shit had happened. You come home early, and your wife's getting fucking ragged all over, and you've gone fucking mental, and you've hit the blow over the head, and then you go to jail. This guy is not a criminal, And these people, I say, need to be in a different place, yeah, to the rest of us lot. 'Cause I know what I am, yeah. I am Crim. Okay, I used to be with a shit lot. Yeah, I do admit that one. Yeah. But this is why I helped out the people that shouldn't be there. The ones that were getting picked on, the ones that were gay, a medieval one, dwarf, gay kid, they get picked on, but I was there for them.
But even you know, you have a certain childhood, certain types of abuse from childhood, I would say. I think it's, man, a lot of people would have this resentment in them, you know? It's like you're being made, you know what I mean? Like if you take a lot of shit through all your life, at a certain point you're just like, oh, what the hell? You know? It's like it's kind of like the society made you in a way, like,
Manufactured, yeah,
yeah.
of UK society from the 80s, 70s, and the 80s, getting a hard deal of my old man, getting loads of shit. I wasn't allowed a life. I was just spot on. Just got abuse with a stutter, no confidence. The first time I kissed a girl, I was 21 years old, and I married the girl. That's how naive I was, you know? That's my naivety. I was nothing. 21, there's a lot of people there who were men, but then at 22, I had my own shop. So I turned it all around very fucking quick. And I went to work on money. Once my dad let the leash go over my neck, yeah? He had a leash on my fucking neck, what kept me in the fucking house till 21 years old. And then once he let that up, and then I went loose. And when I went loose, I went fucking apeshit, man.
When you're but when you're sitting in a jail, you're looking at 10 years at that time. You're looking at potentially getting AIDS, probably getting AIDS. You're looking at being from having a lot of money to having zero. You're looking at a divorce. What's going through your mind? What coping mechanisms did you have at that time?
Like, I was on smack, heroin. I couldn't handle it. Yeah, I couldn't handle where I was at, and I was mixing with Carlo and everybody else. Everybody else in jail, right? I would say half of my wing were on heroin. Some of them injecting, there's some smoking. Yeah, some smoked it. I smoked it. I smoked it with Carlo. I went into jail 16 and a half stone in October. This is 1999, December. And I was locked up for the night. And I looked at myself when I'd been smoking heroin, yeah. And I looked at the mirror. It was like a plastic mirror, just so fucked up, scratched up, yeah. Couldn't even see my face properly. And I was like 12 and a half stone. I lost 4 stone. I wasn't eating. I was looking at 10-year. Divorce papers had come through. My wife found out, blah, blah, blah. This and that, loads of stories also come through. The police took $100,000 off me. I was like, fuck all. And I said, I'm here for 10 fucking years with all these people with AIDS. And I'm going to die here. I'm going to be like all these other zombies there. Because all their eyes were, when you look at them, when they're doing 140 years and you got AIDS, you just have murder on your mind. Because you don't care. Because they're there, you want to kill. Because then you kill, yeah, your reputation just goes higher. Reputation goes higher because you know you're dying in there anyway. If I was in jail doing 140 years and I did, I would stab every motherfucker going in there. If they would get it, I would splice every motherfucker's neck just to make a name for myself. And that's what they all do. Just to make a name for yourself because you got nothing else going for you. Just to make their fucking TV news, innit? Slap somebody up because you're in there anyway. What else are you going to do? So, how I did this, in 1999, I locked myself 12 and a half stone, full of heroin, not trained, not eating, and I thought, fuck this, yeah, I'm going to turn it around. So, January the 1st, I packed the heroin in, stopped smoking, started to eat, forced myself to eat the shit food that they had, forced it upon myself. Started to train again, and I made a gym, and I did it, and I pulled it off. I turned it all around. It's easy. Well, it's not easy to do. Not easy to do. And then I fight with people with AIDS. There, I got scars on my hands there. Yeah, I'm sure you can all see them scars there. Okay? That's where come their teeth. Their blood, my blood, right? This is what I was convinced I had AIDS. I was convinced I had AIDS. And I thought, I'm fucked here. And so I thought, fuck it, yeah? Fuck it. What happens? So I get AIDS tested in jail because they offer them if you for okay, 6 months to get it. Anyway, I got it. This bed negative. I went, no, that can't be fucking right. Anyway, I got out in England and I had one again, negative. I went, really? And then I went for a third one because because I didn't believe it. I did not believe I didn't have AIDS because of the blood. I didn't believe it, but I never got it. Never got it.
You chose the courageous path because the path of suicide is like it's a pussy option, for people who cannot handle it. And sometimes, just surviving day through day is enough. Sometimes that's like the main objective for the day. And no conjugal visits either, right?
Conjugal visits, right. Okay, how it works is that this. You can get back in jail if you have a wife or a partner. I did it, yeah. Okay.
Right.
How it works is that if you have a wife already, you have to have weekly visits on a Thursday, a window visit where you pick up the phone. There's a window, bam, bam, bam. You talk for an hour every week, and then you got to do that for 6. Right? Okay. What we had to do, yeah. There was a girl on the opposite side. She was like a friend of one of the mules that I brought in.
Okay.
The mule was only 19 years old, yeah? Okay, which I felt sorry for. Her partner was in jail as well, but not on my wing. They got put into the wings. So we were both in jail. Her story was this. She was doing 9 years for cocaine. She went through the airport. She was doing it on a regular basis, Alicante, England, but this time round the cocaine was wrapped in foil. She went through the metal detector. There was foil inside. Beep, beep, beep. She got nicked because there was a bigger haul going through after her. So she was the decoy, get her the 9 year, and the other one just goes through. You know what it is?
Usually, it's a buffer. That person is a buffer. Yeah.
Yeah. So shit in it as well. It's shit, but she was a good girl, and she took care of. Anyway, we wrote to each other. So how it works was like this, yeah. They need letters, 6 months letters between me and her. And she was in the opposite wing, writing, and then we were offered window visits for 6 months. Window visits for 6 months. So this is every Thursday where inmates can go and speak to each other. The gypsies there, the Spanish ones, there was loads of them in with their wives. Because how it works for them, they're quite funny, yeah? The gypsies, right? The wives have to take the blame first. So the man can stay on the out and still operate and still do crime.
Yeah.
This is how they work. And then when the man gets nicked and so they're both in jail, so they counted me as one of them, So that's the way they said, you're like us, you're like us, And so I used to laugh and they used to laugh with that. That's how they accepted me. Yeah, because I was like them. I was going to see my wife, but not my wife. Yeah, I'm fucking never even met her. But this is my first visit with her. So for 6 months.
You have to pretend.
6 months windows. Yeah, 6 months writing, 6 months window. And then we are allowed to have sex. Then we could get a closed room once a month for an hour.
Holy that's a lot of courtship. They force you to date essentially. I've kept you for more than an hour. Man, that was amazing. How are you viewed in the UK today? Do people like you?
All of you.
Yeah.
Do people like me? I think so, yeah. But what I do, yeah, comments I don't read. Okay? Comments I don't read. Because sometimes, yeah, when I finish my podcast, a couple of them are really insulted, racist, and they try to get to you. So I think what's the point of reading them? But a lot of them are good. So I don't read comments, but everywhere I go, I know I'm liked. People take photos of me. They want to do work with me. The BBC, we've got a film coming out as well on my life. So yes, it's all going good here. I think so.
I used to read comments on my YouTube section, and I'll tell you what stopped me from reading comments. I would read a comment and then I would reply, and they would reply, and I would reply, and I would get into an argument with someone online. And after a while, I noticed that number one, their nickname is Sparkly Keyboard. So I'm arguing with an anonymous user whose username is Sparkly Keyboard. And I think that a lot of the times we see these people as someone who is as serious as you and someone who has some value. But we totally forget that this is a person who, number one, lives in the basement of their parents. Number two, just lost a job. Maybe his mom has cancer and his wife is cheating. So, and a lot of the times these people writing comments, they may be drunk. So they forget about their comments the next day. And now maybe they even like your video because they're not drunk anymore. But then you go on for thinking about that comment. And I decided, you know what, fuck this shit. What advice would you give to young people?
Okay, what advice I would give to young people? Take the risks in life, okay? Surround yourself with positive people. If you surround yourself and still in them same people, and I'm talking about, so anything here, crime or not crime. Okay, crime-wise, if you're around shit people, get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of that shit people mode, because all these people will just want, and tell you what to do. Get out of there, because you will be either dead or in jail. Okay, I might have pulled things off, but I've done 11-year jail. I have 4 children. None of them I see. One of them died at birth. Divorced twice. I've made millions. I've lost millions. Been stabbed twice. Really? Is that the life that you want? Do you want to go through all that? I don't think so, man. Nobody needs to go through what I've been through here. And I sit back, any happy times there? Any happy times in my life? I'm trying to think. That's very fucking hard to think of any. I think all the bad ones.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think that we're pretty much all the same. I mean, I look at people. If you look at, okay, let's say in jail, people who we actually call criminals, even if you take a look at their background, a lot of things are going to start making sense. You know what I mean? And even if you say you don't have contact with your children, I don't know you personally, but I assume that you made great effort into trying to be in their life, and a lot of the times the bad guy that it's on stage is not the actual bad guy, because I know a lot of women who will not let the father see the child, and someone is always the black sheep, right? The guilty one, and just with morality, because I've been thinking about morality a lot. Morality is not utopia. Morality is a matter of timing, so to speak, because let's say we're sitting and I can take your wallet. Well, I stole your wallet. Now I have your wallet. Okay, so that's good for me. I mean, it's instant gratification, right? I just gained material. But I can pay for dinner, I can treat you nice, and then I'm going to have a friend or a connection or a relationship. But that's still good for me. It's always good for me. All roads lead to Rome, okay? But it's a matter of getting that goal in a sophisticated way, a consequence of which is collateral benefit to other people. You have collateral damage, right? You have collateral benefit to other people, and we deem that as moral. But that's not the point. Like, the other people are rarely the point. There's one exception. But it always goes back to you, because you give gifts to feel better. You're nice to people because you want connections. You give to the society because you want to have a good society for you. Okay? No one sends a gift to Mars. No one. So the difference between a psychopath a lot of the times is just the time. So he's focused on instant satisfaction, and you are more sophisticated, so you're focused on delayed satisfaction. But it's still self-satisfaction. You're still egocentric. You know what I mean? And before I said that there's one exception to this rule, love. Love. Because when you look at the unconditional love that the mother has for her child, for example, I would say this is the only morality we should really label as morality. But everything else is a sophisticated way of meeting your needs, a consequence of which is collateral benefit. And I don't think you can really be good without having the capability of being dangerous. Otherwise, you're just a coward. You have no option but to be good, you know? All right.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Criminals, we are a wide spectrum, yeah?
Yes.
The spectrum is really wide. It's like jail. You have a hierarchy, jail even, of crime, yeah? Of who's at the top of where you go, in criminal activity. Okay, the top people, because of the top people in jail, are gangsters, really. Gangsters, drug dealers, money makers, contract killers. They are at the top because they are organized criminals. They know what they are doing and they've set out a purpose in their mind to make this my business. So these people are considered that top level. And then you work down, and then it comes to like other drug dealers that are doing at that level, fraudsters, they're not considered at high level, they're high level. Then you get to the bottom. The bottom is burglary, house crawlers. When you like go into when you like hurt the innocent people. Where these innocent people are not our life. They're not in my life. I've never hurt an innocent person. I've only hurt a person who's the same as me. You in my world, you're going to get me, baby. And I've got you and you're going to get me. This is how we do. Don't expect innocent person. I'm not going to go to an innocent person's door. No, I'm not going to do that. Why? That person's got nothing. I'm not going to intimidate nobody. I work with my shit and my lot, my crime. This is my world. So in crime, you get burglars, and they're considered shit because they're house crawlers. You're going to somebody's house, innocent person, and going through their drawers, their liquor drawers, stealing things, and they're innocent old people or whatever they are. That's disgusting in my eyes. When I was in jail, I called them the same as pedophiles. I mean, you guys, I consider the same level. Okay? Get it? No fucking different to me. And they're like, why? I went, no, because I didn't crime, organize with criminals. I just go there with them and I just help my people, my lot. Right. I went, you're going to the old woman house. Old woman. Fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah. You almost don't stutter any much. How come? You got rid of that or?
Don't I? I think I do a little. Do you know what it is? Confidence, yeah? When I was a child, I couldn't even say my name. I couldn't even speak. I was terrified to talk. If you get angry, you don't stutter neither. I think if you don't know somebody, you know? Yeah. If you don't know somebody, if you talk to somebody new, it happens. But if you know somebody, like with you, it's got better with you.
Yeah. I used to stutter so much. I still remember I sat at a restaurant. I was holding up a menu. I wanted to order a chicken. I was like, and I couldn't get it out. So I said, fuck it, I'll order a steak. So I just ordered something else. And I was like, yeah. And I had some representation at my school, and I was standing in front of a desk in front of everyone. And I started, and everyone was like, what's going on? My mother actually asked the primary teacher, like, what the fuck is going on? Why does she stutter so much? Because I couldn't speak. I was like, and the teacher said, well, it usually happens when the child, when your thoughts are going at such a rapid speed that your other system literally doesn't keep up. So you're already way ahead with what you're going to say. So you're like, so you're doing so much great things today. Thank you so much for being on this podcast. And also tell me, where can people find you? And I've been looking at this website of yours, the CBD.
The product I have is full spectrum. For anything that goes wrong with us, there's a plant out there to heal us. This is how we are made. And it's cannabis, okay? So these are my products, right? For dogs. Pet CBD, yeah? The 500 milligram, which is for humans, yeah? This is quite mild. This is good for children that have acne. And then we've got the 1500 milligram. And then the 2000 milligram, which is stronger. And then the top one, the 3000 milligram. Okay? For cancer, all these will kill cancer cells. You won't get cancer cells if you take this oil. No, it will stop it. It will stop it. and it will heal. And then you got also, there's a freeze, alpha face cream, body lotion, hand lotion, because we need cannabis oil in us. Yeah. The steroids I took when I was 28, I was taking that many. I was told my bones were of a 45-year-old at 28 years old. I went to jail at 29. So I was lucky I went to jail. I came off the steroids that come off, and I took this oil. And now they say my body is back to level. My bones are like thicker than what they're supposed to be. Oil will help you. It does help, and it is the business. And if you have cancer, I know people that have a 90-day program I can put you in touch with. I have my website, chetsandhu.com.
Jesus Christ. I mean, a lot of the things you did is a sign of advancement, but now you're channeling it into a business, So anyway, thank you so much for coming on this.